Okay, we're live. That should be live. Alright. Oh, good. Alright, so we're just going to go through and play some stuff. Let's see. I've been trying to get the hang of the Roach OTK decks. I've tried a few different variants, and this is what I'm going with. Alright, awesome. That's not too bad, I guess. I think we will drop those though. Do we want to? Actually, there might be some value to them against Sword. Just have to wait and see. Hopefully this doesn't drop too far. Okay. Perfect. Can set up against that. Since we got the snipes, the fairy's not a big deal. Be better if I could draw into my 4-drop, 5-drop combo. Pull off everything. Just don't have enough draw power. But this deck lacks really badly. And of course, we get Floral Fenced. Trying to think of a way around the Floral Fencer, but I don't think that. Well, that works. Hopefully, at least this means we can start setting up some form of combination. I'm gonna have some poor trades, but hopefully that's alright. Yeah, this is going to make things difficult. Going to take a lot of damage in a short amount of time. I don't think the Roach has a chance here. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Will the Forest will deal what, 6? We'll cut it close. Alright, that'll have to do. Just gotta hope they don't have something like Albert or something huge in their hand, and they have it anyway. Jeez, I just seem to have no luck with this Roach deck. I'll have a couple wins here and there, and then I'll draw a hand like this where it's pretty dead. Makes things more difficult. Okay. I don't know, I want to play something that I'm going to enjoy playing. I'm slowly getting the hang of the Roach though. I'm definitely playing it better than I was a couple days ago, which is good. Alright, so the Decree, actually I will keep that. Drop the Radiance. And we got a couple alright cards. can we do? The Guardian Sun's got to come down at some point anyway, so we may as well play that out here. Okay, we've got decent play in the temple. Fair trade. It's gonna get traded anyway, so may as well. Just for reference, no, this is not a Satan deck. This is my pure control. Basically, you sacrifice Satan and a few other small things, and you put in more board control. It's nearly identical. It's just basically minus the Satan, minus a couple other smaller things. Yeah, that's alright, man. I'll stream in tomorrow and Sunday, so good luck. I need to play something here. Satan deck, it's basically the dark, what is it? Prince of Darkness. He summons out, he gives you 10 different darkness cards from the Apocalypse deck, or whatever it is. It's a weird unique card, but they have some pretty strong plays out of it. I think we'll just decree the board. Worth the clear. So it's basically most of the same similar stuff to this deck, except they put Prince of Darkness and maybe a couple different techs here and there that make the deck slightly different. That's annoying. But still able to deal with it. Alright, that's gone. Yeah, I would say it's probably better late game. It's got a few bigger things in it, which can make a big difference. I don't have much to play here, that sucks. At least go for the draw, hopefully pull something. Oh, that's not too bad. Whereas my deck is purely focused on board control. And healing, obviously, because why not? Haven has some great healing cards, may as well use them. Alright, that kind of makes it worth banishing. Actually, is it worth just healing? Probably not. I think we'll banish that. The only problem is them playing Control Vampire, it's a pretty even match against this deck. It's going to be whoever can hold the board. Which at this stage I'm doing pretty okay, but they can deal a fair bit of damage so far. So we'll see the trade. Probably going to go for the heal on the Radiance, yes. And we'll take out the 7. That will pop next turn anyway. Clearing up a board spot at least. Because Guardian Sun's so good with the things like Radiance Angel, Curate, all those sort of cards, it works really well. Which are they going to banish? That's the question. Oh, they went for the Radiant Sun banish. Fair enough. Dark Angel fits for a nice bit of control. We can kill off the Odin pretty easily. Hopefully set up, maybe even set up a next turn Bahamut if we need it. With the Sacred Plea and Beast Call, creates a good draw and a good summon mechanic with Bahamut. Not too bad. So we're going to push like, the 4 damage, 6 damage. I can push 8 at most with this. Which isn't too bad. I can show this deck. There's also a video on my YouTube channel of this deck, which goes a little bit more in depth. It's a pure control haven. Beast Call, Temple, Healing, and Ward. This will be interesting. Let's see what they've got. Another one of them, so we'll wait. Play probably the Bahamut out over it. Don't really want to play the Curates, but I think no, we'll save it. Because most likely they're going to play the big drop next anyway. There is the deck list to this deck. I want to attack first. Let's see what they can do against that. Okay, so that's their counter. Let's see what they got next. That's not too bad. If I drop the Curate, that will give me something at least. Force them to hopefully remove it in some way. And of course, they running what, triple Odin I think now. Jeez, they're almost heavier control than I am. Need to buy some time. I doubt they'll deal 16 points of damage. Not impossible. And that's going to make things a lot harder. Yeah. To counter the RuneCraft Dario combos, it's so difficult. It really is. It doesn't seem, no matter what you run, there isn't really a great counter. You either need to beat them out super early with something that's highly aggressive, or manage to basically run them out of resources. So run something like this deck and hope that you're able to counter every single big turn they have, along with putting up a lot of wards. The only way to avoid getting de-shifted really hard is to ward up the board. That rhymed really badly. Shocking. I'm pretty sure I'm dead anyway here. One off. Should have healed last turn probably. And then it probably wouldn't have made much difference. So close. They just out-controlled me. Having that triple Odin swarm the board repeatedly was pain. I don't think what's the better thing for that. I know I've had a lot of luck with Shadow against Rune, but up at AA I haven't seen that many RuneCraft players in the last couple days. Not as many as there was, so I don't know. It's been fairly varied for me, at least to my opponents. I've actually seen probably more Control Blood than any other deck, probably because that is a really heavy counter, but also extremely expensive to create. And Soul Dealer, basically free vials. That's what the description should be. Oh dear. So this, depending on if this is aggro, shadow, or mid-range, will really depend. Good hand though. Take a plea, Beast Call, Temple Defender. Pretty nice setup. And obviously Priest. Couldn't ask for a much better hand. It's just pity I'm going first. It would have been better to go second. Play the Priest off on turn 4, but just have to deal with what I've got. Oh, that kind of fixes it up a little bit. Blackened Scripture. Haven has a pretty good advantage against Shadow with its banishment. The only risk that this deck has is getting aggroed out, which is what it looks like, because I'm pretty sure you usually play that for the aggro. I play the Temple Defender. It's only going to be killed by this, isn't it? No, it won't, because it's 5. That's fine. That'll work. Because of its defense, it should survive that. I get to keep the banishments. A Shadow Reaper, a pain in the ass thing to get rid of. Not much in the way of a play. Clearing the 1-drop just doesn't seem worth it overall. May as well just fill the board up. I would be surprised if they don't decide to clear this, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Alright, fair enough. Priest is going to get a fairly good board clear here. Banishment on the 3, kill the 2. Get a couple damage to face with the eagle. I think the meta's really begun to stabilize, especially at higher ranks. We're not seeing as bigger curve outs, which is good. Put this very close to lethal. Yep, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Game like that's pretty good. Getting the perfect curve really helps this deck. Plus, I find this deck really fun to play. Depending on the Haven variant, this could be a lot tougher match.
May eternal peace be yours.
That hand's just too good to pass up. Would have been better with a Sacred Plea instead of the Temple Defender probably, but gotta keep the Priest. The Guardian Sun's one of the key cards to setting up wards, and the Temple Defender's just good overall. Not so bad. That Holy Falcon, what, 2-1. Can't kill the Temple Defender. That makes the Temple Defender still a pretty good play. The only problem I'm going to have will be their turn 4 Priest. But then I'll probably be able to counter it with my turn 5 Priest, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Yep, that'll work. It'll take both of those to clear this, at least in one go, without using anything else in hand. Which is quite a nice little set. The only problem is Priest drops next turn, and I don't want to get screwed over by it. I don't want to waste these either. Just gonna have to do what I can. I'll have to rely heavily on my Priest next turn, no doubt. Oh no, Sledgehammer, okay. Suppose that's another way to go about it. Basically mini Priest. Which is not as good as Priest really. Priest makes for a much better play. Can't be targeted by enemy spells and effects, so it's fine to be killed by direct damage. It will be killed by this, but at least that picks up the clear on it. And then we can work to clear everything else. We've still got all our big board clears left. Turn 6 is going to be our turning point for the game, and we'll just have to wait and see whether they've got something like Zephyrin or more Storms. Can't use Radiance Angel in combination with Black Inscription, which makes that hard play. Snake Priestess works pretty well, except for the fact that I'm probably going to have to go with that and evolve it, unfortunately. Oh, well. Actually, Radiance Angel will heal me. Get the same sort of effect as the Snake Priestess due to the ward. That'll work out. Just can't use the blackened scripture anyway. Not yet. Just have to wait it out. Hope we don't die in the meantime. We can make it to Lucifer. That should be good. And obviously another sledgehammer. Very aggro-y kind of Haven deck. Must be Stormhaven, maybe. Just haven't seen a deck list for something like this yet. At least not since last expansion. Jotun's a useless card. It's pretty dead. Nothing's gonna help me. Not yet. All I can do is buy time. It's gonna be the best way to deal with this.
May you rest in peace. I've said my last prayer. My king.
What's that? 11 damage, so Lucifer isn't going to be able to heal me out of range. Although he will set up a nice ward. Maybe he is the good play. Yeah, it's going to have to be. Just gotta hope that they can't kill Lucifer easily. They have to use, what, at least 2. And now they've made it a lot easier on themselves. So still gonna have to use 2 to do this at least. That's not so bad. The only problem is, I wanted to buy 1 more turn, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Nope. Well, that's not gonna help me. If I had survived 1 more turn, I probably could have played the Bahamut, cleared the board, and started fresh. What else have we got? Still got the roaches, which I've been having not much luck with. We've got tempo runes. Mid-range shadow was doing alright earlier, so I might try that again. Only problem with mid-range shadow is drawing all your high cards too early. Having a nice balance of early game and late game is difficult with this deck.
Mother, father.
Okay.
Come on, let's play together.
Not too bad. Mordecai's a little early for that. And I think I can work with this. Soul conversion's nice, I just need something nice to go along with it. Pretty much a ward. Should absorb at least a little bit of damage, hopefully. Okay, so that'll work out. May as well get rid of that. And clean that up. Once we can buy into like turn 4 to 6 range, we should be pretty good with what we've got. We just needed to get there. Yep, it's got 3 neps. You don't see many neps decks now. Most people are playing aggro shadow, but I don't have the Cerberuses to build aggro shadow. I can't use the double clear method, so that sucks. I can do a single clear plus draw. I think that's the way we'll go about this. Oh, it's a great combo. I find it's better with Underworld. Underworld is the best combo for it. Randomly destroy one enemy and gain life back. Well, actually, it's not even really randomly. It's always going to be one of the strongest. So it's got to be the strongest enemy pretty much will always die. And you'll always gain the attack back. It's great for healing. And Mordecai's just good because he's good. There's nothing special about him though overall. Now I've got to deal with this board, which is an absolute pain in the ass, but it's not impossible. I wish I had one more life on that though. Looking for the best way to buy a turn. I get a feeling like I'm going to be in a bad spot here. Pretty sure there's a big like OTK sort of combo or high damage combo. Oh, we may do alright. What's that? And I'm dead. Oh no. No, I'm not. I'm very close to dying. Jesus. I don't think I could be any closer to being dead here. Yeah. So you get the heal. It's great. Equal to the leader's... What is it? Equal to the destroyed follower's attack. Which is quite good. But I'm in an extremely bad spot here. I have no decent way to heal. Death's Breast is my only real defense. But I also die to another Cerberus no matter what. So... I'm running out of options. If they drop another Cerberus, I'm dead. It's guaranteed at this point. Or a Demonic Strike works. Oh dear. If I could have had that defensive up a turn earlier, it might have been alright. Oh. So many aggro decks now though. Which makes it hard for mid-range to really do anything. We're in a spot where anything but Tempo Rune can be very inconsistent. OTK Roach is pretty good, but it's harder to play. Takes a lot more thinking and planning out per turn. And aggro blood's dropped off because of all the control-y style decks, which are trying to counter Rune. I think aggro swords picked up a little bit, which is pretty good.
Nice to see you. You've gotta see me dance.
Can't go wrong with turn 2 Unicorn. Don't really want to attack that. Oh jeez. Oh. Yeah, that would be a big problem. I can see that being a big problem. Buying all the characters instead of the packs. That's... oh dear. That is a pretty I don't know. I suppose you can pick up packs pretty easily. It's just, yeah, it is a lot of packs to lose out on at the start of the game. That's for sure. I don't really have a decent play here. Get out what we can where we can. Well, depending on what rank you're on though, something like Aggro Blood, which is extremely cheap to build, should still do pretty okay. But then I haven't been in lower ranks since last expansion, so things might have changed a bit. Yeah, that's the best part. The missions do give a shit ton of gold overall. We may actually survive through this, which is good. Alright. Let's see what they decide to do. We've got Nep for turn 8, we've got Underworld turn 7, so we just need to make it that far. We can make it to turn 6. Should be able to use Double Foul Tempt, which isn't too bad. Trying to think of a way I can use this to my advantage. I think there is one though. Pretty good. Couldn't pass that up. I've never found the evolves to be that useful in playing this deck. As long as you can keep the board clear until you can use your big drops, you're pretty good. I'm surprised there's that many people in D0 with that kind of deck. Plus, I found the Daria D-Shift combo not to be as good as just standard Tempo Rune. The standard Tempo Rune does so much better. Well, that was good. I suppose, yeah, a lot of people do pay. I myself have spent, what, about $20 total, I think, only because I bought the deal for 500 crystals when that was over Christmas period, and I bought 600 crystals recently just so I could get the Forest pre-built pack because I was missing a couple of cards. I wanted to do a deck out of it. Which deck? Which deck in particular? That'll help. Oh, you mean the Tempo Rune is basically you don't put D-Shift in it. Run 3 Daria. I can show you actually. I've got it built. I found it to be a lot better. Gotta find my section that it's in. There. I posted deck list. There we go. I've just had a lot more success with the Tempo Rune. And I can't get rid of that, so that's going to be difficult. Could use Nep, which will give me at least something. Alright, gave me my own, so that's good. Thing is, Tempo Rune versus Daria D-Shift Rune, the only advantage Tempo has over it is that it's quicker. Meaning usually you can beat them down enough that by the time they get to a D-shift combination, you've already won. There will always be situations where if you have a bad hand, you won't beat them. No different to any deck. You have a really bad hand, you're not going to be able to outplay them. As long as you can play something pretty much every turn and swarm the board repeatedly, you can do pretty well. I'll play it next and give a little bit of a view of it. The only problem I'm having at the moment is I'm coming up against decks like Control Blood, which just deliberately set out to counter all rune decks. No Odin in the deck. Odin's probably a little slow. Oh, not the tempo, you mean in this one? No, not in this one either. Because if you run things like Odin, you're not going to pull out things like Mordecai Duelist off the NEP. Because you risk pulling out Odin off the NEP, which completely defeats the point. Can kill off that. Or just actually, I'll just hit that. Multi-summon. Three. Draw. Wow, we're gonna have a full board. Jeez. Get rid of the 2-3. Alright. Yeah, I know. Everything does get delayed. And yeah, I'm from Australia. I'm down Tassie. On a little island. Alright, we should be able to win off this then. Oh, that's not going to end well. That's not going to end well at all. They're probably going to have to trade if they want a chance at actually winning though. Yeah, it does explain that. Because what, right now, Tassie time, what? So that's only what, 3 o'clock. My video actually would have just went live. I usually schedule all my videos for 3 o'clock. Which yeah, would make it quite late in America. I want to set up better time frame, but just the way life gets in the way of things makes it hard. We clear that. We play the undead for sure. We heal for 13, which is good. Jeez, that's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, the Roach OTK. It wasn't a very good video, mainly because I have barely played Forest. But I wanted to get something out in that regard. And there's better OTK Roach decks out there now, for sure. Game AI's deck isn't quite as good as most others. I've got a better version at the moment that I'm testing, and I'll probably make a video on it once I've got a bit more experience with the ForestCraft. And then the only deck left to build will be Dragon. But I'm missing a lot of decent legendaries and other cards for that deck. There's nothing they can really do. They have to destroy this, which will in turn destroy their 13, which will heal me for 13 back up to 20. And then I'm guessing they won't have enough strength to actually push me down any further. So pretty set there. Yeah. Well, I've been doing videos pretty much every day for the last 3 to 4 months. And I've noticed a definite increase compared to just posting randomly. Plus, Shadowverse has really taken my channel off a lot more than it was. I'm getting about 700 total views per day, which is pretty good compared to what I was doing before, which was like nothing. What have I got? I should have missions by now. I'm gonna get rid of that one anyway. Hopefully, have something better. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. We'll go through Tempo Rune for a minute. I do need to change the title of that deck though. It was Game AI's variant, but I did swap out a couple things. Just for the demonic strikes. I found those to be fairly effective. That's pretty good. That's good for me. Popping up first. And yeah, I've been putting a lot more effort in my thumbnails. My original thumbnails were pretty bad. Now I've just been grabbing a lot of the Rage of Bahamut mobile game card images, which fit pretty nicely for Shadowverse because they're all linked together, obviously. It's a bit early. We'll keep the Scholar just in case. Yeah, that'll fit nice. That's good. I mainly started doing Shadowverse, 1 because I enjoyed it, 2 because I didn't see that many other English videos for the game, and 3 because it was pretty brand new at the time, especially on Steam and stuff, which made it really easy to get into. This hand's actually ended up being quite good. The only problem is I don't really have anything to play. I don't know. The Ambush General combo deck, personally, I found to be a fairly meme-orientated deck. So I can't see much room to improve it. I'm trying to think if there would be anything major. Because anything major that you swap, like if you add another commander, then you lose the combo of Maid Leader. If you swap out anything in the lower tiers, like in the 2-drop range, it's harder to change, and it's just makes it really difficult. I'll drop that. I probably should have went with the Arcane, but... And yeah, RuneCraft is gonna beat you out pretty much every time because it's just such a strong deck now. There's not much you can do about it other than play something like Control Blood, which heavily counters it, which is why I'm probably gonna get screwed over here. But that also doesn't mean that you can't beat RuneCraft. So it's hard. It's hard no matter what happens when you're going up against Rune. Like my hand right now is actually really good. The only problem now is Daria is such a low cost that even playing it and losing everything might be good, but I don't really want to do that. And we're probably going to return the Vania. I should have played Time Worn, but I would have preferred something else. See, this has ended up quite bad now. Well, see, I don't even see Daria as being that broken. The biggest thing I find broken is Time Worn Mage plus Piercing Rune combo as a board clear. And Daria wouldn't be hard to change if they really wanted to, but I doubt they will. You could drop it to draw 4 and drop the spell boost to 4, and you'd probably have a little bit more balance, but I still find that most of the time I'm dying because Time Worn Mage is clearing the board and then they're playing Daria after that. But that obviously is my opinion. Everyone will have different experiences. God, I still can't do much with this right now. It just sucks. Because I don't really want to play Daria here. I do want to get more of this board out of the way.
It won't be long now.
I just want to clear up this board. I think we'll keep that. Play the Flame Destroyer, play the Conjure Golem, pull out Daria, completely refresh. Yeah. I guess Daria is quite a strong card, but it is also a legendary, so it is meant to have a fairly strong effect. And you've still got to play enough spell boost to boost it, but Time Worn Mage and Piercing Rune, 2 cards, and you've got a board clear that's better than any other board clear so far at the lower cost. And yeah, that's the problem too. The only way to counter Rune that works well is Blood, but Blood is extremely expensive. I want to play Dragon. I just don't have the cards to play Dragon. I'm struggling so much. First, I didn't have Forest and Dragon. Now I've got Forest because I spent a little bit of money, and now I'm struggling to get the Dragon cards. I've got a few of them, but not enough. What can I justify playing here? I could have done that a little bit better. That's for sure. We're either going to lose to something stupid, or they're not going to have anything to counter this. Meme deck. Meme decks are just like fun decks that have really weird combinations. So I consider like the Ambush General combination as the whole structure of the deck as a meme deck, because you're not doing anything but going for that. And yeah, obviously the deck also isn't very good in the meta. That usually constitutes a meme deck. You definitely did a better summary than I did. Oh dear. We've got a good thing with the Piercing Rune. We've got the Blade Mage. If we can get something like another Daria to boost, then this hand should do quite well. We've also got game just off that. So they're trying to find a way out, obviously. Okay. That puts Piercing Rune in a nice spot at least. And now I've got absolutely no value left. Need to get the tempo out. Alright. This may be very close. If they have something like Blood Mary plus... what's it called? I can't think of what it was called anyway. But they had Revelation, which is a big clear. See, this is where I need Demonic Strike. And that's not a Demonic Strike. Yeah, it is hard to make a good blood deck without Vania. And when it goes for Dragon, that's the main reason I haven't crafted it. Because I don't have Dragoon Forte, which is pretty much a key card. And it's too expensive to craft those. I already got rid of about 5 different legendaries just to craft the Forest deck. Well, that board clear, it does cost 8 normally. The only thing is, they had the advantage because they were below in Vengeance, which halves its cost. down to 4. So it usually does cost more. Do you know there's no way for me to actually win off this, I don't think. I get past those. I die to a single bat being summoned. That means I've got to kill the Vania off. I still die to a lot of different cards. That board clear really screwed me. But yeah, that usually costs 8. And then it gets halved down to 4. But that was a shocking matchup. Tempo Rune versus Control Blood is the worst matchup you can have playing Rune. You just get killed too easily. But like you said, the Control Blood is an extremely expensive deck to create. I don't even have a decent build for it. I have a variant of it that I've been working on, but it's nowhere near as good as the high cost stuff. And it still requires a ridiculous amount to create. And Forest is the other deck you can struggle against. You're either going to out-tempo him early. Actually, this isn't too bad. Conjure Golem, that, and then the Witch. Should create an okay board. Yeah, you're either going to out-tempo them though, or they're going to out-tempo you. And then they're going to just roll you over with roaches. Yeah, no, the odds are getting counted. Well, at this rank where I am, Control Blood is extremely common. Like, just today I've seen 6 Control Bloods out of probably 20 ranked games. That's what, over a quarter of my ranked games have been against Control Blood. So really, that's pretty high. Now we get a decent board. Just need to get him down low enough and quick enough. You should see tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video will be great. It's a very memey deck. I'm playing a neutral craft deck. It was great fun. It's the one I've been using on stream recently in the last couple streams. It's just for fun. I wanted some video content. If I hit that for the 4, it's not going to be worth it. If I run everything into it, it's also not going to be worth it. I think we just play the board. Leave everything up. Yeah, pretty much. But if I look at the last expansion's meta, we had the same sort of problem with HavenCraft. You know, they'd either steamroll you with Seraph, or you would out-aggro them and win early. So it's basically every time a new expansion comes out, there is going to be a deck that's going to be well ahead of everything else. It just happens this time it was Rune. And with the new expansion, nearly every, 3 to 4 months so far? We've had 2 in the last 6 months. Well, 6 months-ish, I guess. Then I can definitely see them not worrying about nerfing anything and just waiting until the next expansion. And then if Rune is still really powerful, they might nerf it then. Craft spells. I haven't seen that. Like, nothing solid like that anyway. We clear that for 4. Eat them early so they can't get their roaches. Oh, that's like Disco Dragon, Joe Dragon or something. I have seen that in the past. I haven't seen it much lately, but I have seen that. Yeah, boost the spells, use that to deal a heap more damage, discard most of the crappy things. It's definitely an interesting deck, but like I said before, I'm missing a lot of dragon cards. That's why I haven't played any dragon like at all. It's the only deck I don't have enough cards for now. There are other decks that I don't have enough cards for, but I can build at least some decent variant of it. They're looking for any way that they can actually keep this board alive. I'm just going for game. We'll only need to push 2 more damage, which we should be able to pull off. And I don't know if we'll die next turn. We may die next turn to a Roach combo. Nope, they're just going to Will of the Forest. That's fine. How many do they have in their hand? 5. So they're not even going to clear the board off that unless they evolve. And even then, I'm still going to have something on board. Unless they have something else in hand, that's their only other option. He ran out of... Yeah, that's the problem with that deck. You run out of cards, and then you lose. Oh well, they found the clear, so that's fair. So I would only need to Daria into Blade Mage for game. And there it is. That was lucky. I probably would have died next turn. It's actually surprising. I haven't been able to use Time Worn Mage and Piercing Rune as much as I would like to at this stage. What else we got? I know, we'll give the Roach a go. I want to get the hang of this deck. It's an alright deck. It's just getting every combo piece you need in your hand and then surviving as well up to the right amount of turns. It's so difficult. It's one of the few decks that I would say actually takes a decent amount of skill to play. You can't just look at the cards and go, alright, I'm playing this out this turn. You've got to think about every turn and where you want to use that and where ahead. I've misplayed with this deck more times than I can count just because I didn't account for certain things. That's not too bad. Goblin, Fairy Circle, Ancient Elf. Hopefully that can set me up early. Oh dear. I'm sure this deck is quite fun. I know Water Fairy is good value, so playing that turn 1 is probably better than the Goblin. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming for. It'll probably be a little bit. I started pretty early today, just because my partner's working a bit earlier. I'm also thinking of streaming the new Digimon game, but I haven't decided whether I want to actually buy it yet. I don't know whether you guys would be into something like that. We'll get that out. Get the Goblin. We've got plenty of 1-drops. We can set up turn 3 for the Ancient Elf. Oh dear. No, this isn't too bad. I need to keep dropping them. So we've got a turn 5. If we can get our turn 4, and then all we need to do is draw out the roaches by turn 7, we should be pretty good. I can't comment on Tempo Forest only because I've not played it like at all. Nowhere near enough. I've barely touched ForestCraft at all. That's why I'm having a lot of trouble with this deck. So, I don't know. You probably have to come back to me in a week or so when I've had a bit more time with Forest to actually give a decent answer to that question. Plus, I also haven't seen many forests. I want to get the damage out.
The journey continues. This is fate.
So we've got plenty of 1-drop cards, so I'm not worried about that. Just need the damage here. Hey look, Cardfight King rocked up. You're only... What? We're only an hour in. We're probably halfway through this stream, I'd say. Probably go for at least a couple hours today. Alright, that's gonna get hit. That's gonna get cleared. I'm gonna be pushing very close. If I don't get my roaches soon though, I'm gonna be struggling. Well, actually I'm gonna struggle anyway because I'm gonna get killed here, aren't I?
Beautiful, powerful, and cute to boot. It won't be long now.
Oh dear. Alright, that'll give us something. That's alright. It'll probably go up on YouTube somewhere between 1 to 2 hours after this is done. Takes a while to export to YouTube, surprisingly. What are they aiming for? 5, 9. They're aiming for Blade Mage. That's what they're aiming for. They could have pulled that combo off. They would have killed me. So now the question is, are they just going to go face? And if they do, I'm pretty sure I'm able to win. Nope, they went for that. Okay. Now I'm worried. That's not going to make any difference, is it? Because I can play out enough things, it's not going to matter. Just got to think. So that's not going to matter. The Goblin Mage pulls for 1. That'll pull for what? 2, 3. I think I misplayed that. I should have played it the other way. Yeah. That's pretty much screwed me, I think. Now the only way to do it is to push all the way. Probably would have actually stood a chance of winning off that too. That was my fault. If I hadn't misplayed playing that extra fairy, I probably could have played the Roach, returned the Roach, played the Roach, evolved, and maybe hit for lethal, I think, off that. Pretty sure it would have been. And that's alright, man. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. It may be a lot later, it may be earlier, I'm not really sure yet. I've got to walk down and pick my partner up from work, which will take at least a couple hours, and that's not till, what, 3:30, 4 o'clock my time, so... I usually try and stream around somewhere around 5, sometimes earlier like today. But we'll just have to wait and see, so... As long as you guys are following this and you check YouTube or check Twitter, then you'll see me post, so...
Time for me to prove myself.
Prepare for defeat.
Okay, we got Command, Vulture Hunter. think I'll drop the command just for something else. Fortune Hunter and Nature fit nice, but I'm pretty sure if this is aggro blood, I am going to be killed pretty easily. I almost want to play the Elf Child just because, but I think we'll hold on to it. Also guys, I have multiple ways to donate if you guys want to do that. That should be down in the information there. You can either go through Patreon, you can go through Bitcoin, or through PayPal. I'll accept anything. Also should have donation notifications now too, along with follower notifications to set up a little bit better. I've been trying to improve different things for the quality of the stream. That roach is a nice draw. Jesus. We should have quite an alright hand in the end. Turn 5, we drop Fortune Hunter. I just need the Princess for turn 4. Well, actually, turn 4 is not going to matter because we're going second anyway. Oh, sorry, going first, which stuffs up the evolves. We might just H and L for this. I think that's what we'll do. That way, Will of the Forest is a little bit better. Actually, we can probably just play Elf Child back out. Hopefully kill the 1-1, we'll see. There we go. What a nice little hit there.
You will soon learn.
Now you made me angry. Go Bloodkin! Ow!
Alright, so the Vania will be a small problem.
Go Bloodkin!
Will of the Forest will deal 6.
Think you beat me.
Life's fate is thus.
Will of the Forest isn't necessary now.
Beautiful, powerful,
And we have all the roaches.
you're done for! I'll blow you away.
So what's that? Turn 6 with the Goblin Mage, that's at least 1. Provided we get rid of something from here, we're going to get 2, 3, and 4. Plus the Evolve. So 2, 3, and 4. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not going to be enough.
Witness the power.
So we may as well wait it out. We might play Will of the Forest. We'll go for the board clear next. Just buy us another turn, hopefully. Something like Goblin Mage, Return, Roach, Roach, Roach. That should be a little bit extra.
War is so intoxicating. Oh, come
I think that's what we're going to go for. Actually, the Angelic Strike fits nicer than the Natures now. So we'll play the Goblin Mage. Strike for 1. Roach. Yep, so we'll just play that extra roaches. And that's plenty, isn't it? Well, that added up pretty nicely. I was worried about not having enough damage. We have plenty. It was a pretty good game. I'm glad the roaches worked out. It's not very often I do get the roaches to work out in the way I like. And I'm probably going to lose this game. If I get warded really heavily, I'm screwed. Against Haven, it can almost be an instant loss. We do have a really nice hand though. That Elf Princess turn 4 is good, but I can't use it due to not having evolved, so that kind of sucks, but we're going to hold on to it for now. And we got the Roach, so we don't have to worry about using that. We just need to worry about getting enough damage that we can drop them far enough. Not much here yet. Maybe just H and F it next turn. Alright man, we'll catch you next time. Probably get away with just playing the Water Fairy. Get the damage, make the H and F a little bit bigger, play the Elf Princess next turn. Or Elven Princess. And we got both of them, so that's not too bad at all. So what's that? 4. That will put the Roach at 5. Plus the return, and that's all on turn 7 probably. Pretty good. 5 plus the return, plus the play, should put it at 7, plus an evolve, put it at 9. So we should be able to deal somewhere in the range of 14 damage, maybe. Maybe. Wait and see. We just gotta hope we can pull that off. Whew. Alright, this actually fits pretty nicely. So we just need to drop him low enough. That's the only thing I'm worried about now. Actually, I really should have traded that differently. Ah, dear. I should have traded that elf child into it instead, but it's fine. We'll work it out. If we have to, we might wait one extra turn. Try and pull off something a little bit bigger. We've also got to clear the board off if we want to use the Roach combo this way. And they're making it really difficult. Fortune Hunter's probably actually better. I can use that plus the Goblin Mage for 0. Draw an extra Roach. Play that out instead of the Fairy. Just give me more damage. Alright, so turn 7's looking like Fairy, Fairy, Goblin Mage, Roach, turn, Roach, Roach. I think that's what we'll be able to do. I'm just going to have to play the combo. I don't have many other options here. Can't hold off any longer because I'm just going to lose everything anyway. We lost the evolves because I had to use them to clear other things. So we're just going to go for it. If only we could have kept that slight damage on him. If that thing hadn't healed, probably would have had him. So very close. At least they're quite low, which will make it harder for us to lose this. But knowing my luck, I still will. They've got to clear something, so they've got to clear that, no doubt. Or they're going to lose to their board.
Look at you. You're hurt.
So that's not going to make a big difference. Don't think I can roach them down for game. Unless I can pull something crazy out. But we'll give it a shot. I think that's my only decent option.
Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme.
I
Let's play.
think this is the only way we can go about it. We die anyway, I'm pretty sure. What's that? 16, yeah, 20. So we're 2 damage off. If they couldn't have healed off this, we would have won. Pretty close game.
Ow! What's that for? Whoa, you're strong.
Alright. We're going to take a short break, probably about 5 minutes, so I'm just going to grab a drink and go do a couple things for a sec, and then come straight back. So we'll set up a little bit of text. That's terrible. Anyway, it'll do. It'll do. Alright. Didn't take very long at all, so that's good. I really do want to get the hang of this forest deck, so I'll probably keep playing it for a bit. Alright, against Shadow, hopefully we can do okay.
Mother, father, come on.
I don't really need that here. And the roaches are okay, I guess. we'll just play the elf maybe. Most things will counter me anyway. We've got that for turn Sylvan Justice for turn 2. Which fits nice. Gotta keep that damage up. I don't know, it might be an aggro blood. I've had a couple of those today already. So, it might not be a net. We'll just have to wait and see. Not aggro, why did I say aggro blood? Aggro shadow. I just habit of saying aggro blood from playing it so much, jeez. But could be the aggro variant. We'll just have to wait and see. Probably not with that being playing Undying Resentment, but we'll see.
Sorry.
Okay. Not much point playing anything else other than Goblin here. At least we got the triple roach. We got the Elven Princess, which means we can play that combination. 0/0 roach, 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 plus maybe even a fairy circle if we go to turn 7. Will actually be quite good. Alright, so they're going for a kill on something. Fortunately they hit that, so that's good. They'll probably evolve and trade. That's the most likely scenario. Don't see much else happening. Almost thinking of playing the other Elven Princess, but I don't think it makes a big difference here. All it's going to do is flub my hand up, make it hard for me to draw anything. Child's quite nice if I can get the hit on there, but the only way to do that is to fill the hand out with these, which sucks. Fine. I think we have plenty of 0 cost now. We'll be able to push the combo for turn 7 at least pretty easily. I can clear that, clear the board off, play everything out. I'll play the 2 fairy, play the 2 roach. Well, sorry, 2 fairy, then fairy circle, and then triple roach. What's that? It's +3, 4, and 5. So that would be 12. So all we have to do is drop them to 12. Which, if we can get a hit off here, we should be able to do. Well, actually, 14 is how much I can deal, so I need 3 damage if I keep this evolve available. The only problem is getting that extra damage right now. It's fairly difficult. Fortune isn't even worth it. This is going to be a pain, because I don't have any way to get these roaches back in my hand. Otherwise I could just use a roach, return it, and then play off that, but we might have to wait an extra turn, which is going to suck. Because I can't really afford for them to get to turn. I think the Fortune Hunter's the only way to go about this. It's a really crappy way because I've got to use the evolve, but I can't afford to leave stuff up. Probably get away with playing a couple of these fairies and leaving the others in hand. May as well. Because we've got the combination just off those. So that's not, I'm not worried about that. That's a full board. And if we get foul, what is it, foul, whatever it is, the foul card, clear my board. Should be able to play it. Then we play Goblin, Fairy, Fairy Circle, Roach. Or we get lucky and instead of Fairy Circle we get the return card, which would be a lot better. Be close. Fortunately they didn't have what I was hoping, so that's good. I was expecting turn 7 ward, but that hasn't happened. Board clear. So our win condition now is the return card. We can return a roach to our hand instead. Don't think I can afford to hold out on this any longer. If I don't do it now, I'm going to lose too much advantage. If I don't play it now, no. They're just going to net me and kill off Fortune. I don't like this. There's no way to draw. Alright. One off. Calculation was slightly wrong. Well, at least this means even if they do decide to play Nep and go for a heal, they're going to lose out because they're only going to gain 1. Or 2, sorry, because of that. Which isn't that bad. Wish I had a draw. I could have drew Snipe, that would have done it as well. So I would have had 2 cards that could have pulled this off a lot better. I would have had the extra damage. Okay. That ward's a little annoying, but we still win, so that's fine. Oh. Make sure I'm doing the right thing. Alright, that was fairly good. Plus we drew the H and Elf, which would have been a good setup anyway. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this, which is good. Okay. Most of this isn't too bad. I don't know about the goblin. Maybe it's too early. I don't know. We'll just have to hope. Well, that's not bad though. We've got a good setup with the 4 and the 5. So all we need is 2 roaches. Or 1 roach because Fortune Hunter will pull a second. We should be able to use this. And we're going second, which is awesome. So now we just need to get damage on board. Alright, that's fair enough. And we've got Nature's Guidance, which is even better. With 2 roaches, even 1 roach, we can pull off a good combination. Okay. Unfortunately, they've played a lot of spells for the first couple turns. Good turn 4, good turn 5. We can get a roach before turn 6. Then we can use them. Not a roach, but it'll do. Ooh, this is stressful. Just thinking about this deck.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
You're done for.
They're looking for a good Time Worn combo. Piercing Rune, Fire maybe.
Negative this time, maybe.
Alright, Snipe's an awesome play as well. That's going to fit really nicely.
Won't be long now. I'll blow you fire.
I'm all tuckered out.
Alright. So, turn 6 is the big question. I need to keep at least 5, so the angels are really nice. I think we're just going to go for it. We can't quite deal 16, but we're going to be cutting it really close.
Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme. Hey, collect three.
Alright.
Unbelievable.
This is going to be close. Oh. Pity we didn't have turn 7 instead. That nature would have been nice. Alright, a good setup for the death. Dance of Death. 2 damage, ends that. We've just got to hope they can't kill me in one turn, which I doubt they can anyway.
Atone with your lifeblood. I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
It won't be long now.
It's just like back in the old days.
Run away. With a bang and a boom.
Pretty sure we win off this then.
Oh, come on.
I'm all tuckered out.
Impressive. Looks like you won.
Well, that's both games so far. We set them to 1 before winning. Definitely the more you play this, the better it is. Once you get the experience with this deck, it does play quite nicely. Some bell ringer. All I can think of is that macho bell ringer picture.
To arms. There's a battle.
Oh, perfect. Fortune Hunter and Elf Princess. Can't ask for much better. Plus a Water Fairy, which is only value overall. And a Snipe. That's even better. Looks like we're pretty set up to play them out. All we need now is the Return Roach. Or a second Roach, and we should be pretty fine. It's just a question of, is this aggro sword, and are they going to beat me early? And I've got to deal with that. Wow, that's a pain in the ass. And we've got what we need for that. Alright. We'll use the Elven Princess to clear the ward. We're going to be pushing it though, so we might just play the Fortune Hunter first. Don't like that. I want to be able to play these on my evolve turns, but we're probably going to get hammered really hard here. Be able to play that for 6 damage. About it. I don't see myself winning this. only because of what they've got. Makes it hard to win.
March on!
There's nothing to fear. For the nation.
It's way too much damage for me to handle.
Beautiful, powerful, and cute to boot. You're done for.
The next would draw for 9. Will of the Forest can deal up to 8. I'm probably... well, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because I can't kill that off, and I'm only on 5. So it doesn't matter what I did. An aggro-y sword is not a fun sword. Couple of bad games, couple good games. Now we're back onto the bad games. Cool.
Time for me to prove myself. Mother, come on.
Okay. I don't mind that. We'll keep it. Oh. Oh, I will. I'll get the hang of it. Plus, getting aggro doesn't help either. Something like aggro sword, they're just going to beat you down before you can pull out any kind of combo anyway. Like, I've got the hang of most of the setup to this deck, it's just a matter of getting all the cards together. And learning each matchup perfectly, that's going to be the fun part.
You won't escape.
Just need the damage. Turn 5 Fortune Hunter, that will pull me a Roach off the 0, so that's 1. Nature's Guidance gives it a boost. Already got a Roach in hand now, so that's quite good. May as well play the Ancient Elf. It's only gonna die anyway.
Feast upon me.
Brain dead sword, yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Beautiful, powerful, and cute to boot. You're done for.
This isn't too bad though. So what does that give us? Turn 6. Turn 7, turn 8. Turn 8 probably. That will allow us to play Triple Roach, Goblin Mage, Angelic Strike, and the Nature's Guidance all at once. Good.
The souls of millions that arise. The time to awaken is here.
Running away is
Okay. So we just need to buy some time then.
You won't escape.
They're starting to get within health range, so that's not a problem. Turn 7 might even be viable. We'll just skip the Angelic Snipe. We lose, what, 2 damage? Ah, now I gotta deal with that. Damn it. Well, we are going to wait. Because I'm not able to deal with that. Alright, that's good. As long as we don't get warded. That's the only thing I'm worried about. We'll be able to pull this off. And of course, we got exactly what we didn't want. Full board awards. I don't want to deal with this. Sucks so bad. We evolve, we kill one, we H and Elf. We probably get the H and Elf killed anyway. I don't think there's many other options. No, I think that's the only decent way. We Roach just for the H and Elf combo. Alright. Well, we're probably going to lose just because of those wards. I should have played the combo probably the turn earlier, but then I was warded as well then, so that makes it hard. So we're going to be pushing it very close. Jeez. Now I'm in a really bad spot. Just tech in like one huge thing that just clears the board. On one. That's not going to help me at all. I guess we go for something. And that's, of course, that was going to end up one short. Actually, no, that'll do it. Wow. That was completely unintentional. I didn't even think that was going to do anything. I just thought, screw it, I'll go for it. Turns out using it that way I managed to get around the ward. Yay. Actually, we'll go with something else for a minute. We might go with the pure control. I do enjoy playing that deck. It's just some fun. We don't want those. Sacred Plea is really nice, so we'll stick with that. Doing pretty well. Do I play the second one or just play the Unicorn Dancer? We'll play the Sacred Plea. What's the worst that can happen? We're only going to draw like 4 cards. Let's look at something out. Something that can contest the board. We got plenty of healing. We got a good board clear. Trade probably. Okay, so yeah, that's better. Double Bahamut, can't go wrong with 2 of them. We'll get to draw some more. We should be able to heal up next turn. Be able to evolve as well, which is good.
You were done for.
Alright.
Let me ease your pain.
So we're gonna clear that then. That's the plan for now.
You were done for.
We'll clear the 6 drop. Put us in a little bit better spot. We got plenty of healing. We'll probably drop those next. Maybe just the Radiance, we'll have to decide. Priest is too good to pass up.
Deeds end now.
The real battle.
I see always. The darkness.
Fits too nicely. Can't toss up a priest when you can't play anything else decent.
The moon drives me crazy.
What in the?
Alright, that's a little bit of a pain, but not too bad. It's dealable. We can work with it.
Lost in wayward ones.
We'll get rid of that.
The moon drives me crazy. The real battle begins. Moonlight drives me nuts.
Dealing with another one of those is a little bit of a pain. I don't want to play Decree, but I don't think I have a choice. Can't afford to keep taking damage like that. We're just going to lose too much. That's fine. Bahamut will probably clear.
Go away.
That's not bad, the Decree, but might just go for the 5 health.
No disruptions.
We'll see how we want to play this. They'll either hit that, trade into a few things, and we'll just Bahamut the board. We'll just have to wait and see. Don't forget, guys, you can donate. There are links down below. Just shoot you guys a reminder. Especially if anyone on YouTube will get most of our viewership. Alright, this is actually going to make a Bahamut quite nice. Pull the 4, Bahamut the board. And then they might Bahamut, and then I might Bahamut. Nah, if they play Bahamut, I'll probably play Decree. Just clear it that way. Or they'll just go with the Decree. That works too, I guess. Can't pass up that. Keep the board clear. Set ourselves up. Can't make them overdraw, so it's not worried. And they decided to concede. Alright. Alright. I think we'll wrap this up here. Been going for about 2 hours. More precise, like an hour and 56 minutes, but I think that's all good. So, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Anyone on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Hope you had fun.